Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor congratulations.
Shall we pray? Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that was predestined, that was purposed, that was written in the annals of heaven. We thank you for this day where we launch the party manifesto, the manifesto for Zambia. Thank you, Lord, that your word declares, commit your plans unto the Lord that they may succeed. That many are the plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. Father, we thank you for the blueprint for Zambia for the next 5 years. That this blueprint will navigate this country from the maze of mediocrity, from the maze and squalor of poverty, deprivation and decadence, into an era, Lord, of grace, victory, prosperity, and development. We thank you today in Jesus' name as we commit everything into your holy hands. And everybody said amen and amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we, at the moment, going to sing the national anthem. Pardon the slight mismatch. Pastor congratulations. Thank you for that wonderful prayer. And at this moment, I would like the DJ to lead us into the singing of the national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome here Mr. President, President Hakainde Hichilema, the Vice President, Madam Nalumango, members of Parliament that are here present, NMC members, ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, diplomats in the house, everybody, let me just say all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a delight to welcome you today to the manifesto launch of the UPND. Shall we just give ourselves a round of applause for the amazing work that has taken us to be here. That was a bit of a cheap applause. I mean a loud applause for all of us. Sometimes in life we don't appreciate who we are or what we have done, and sometimes it's always good to just give yourself a pat on the back. Ladies and gentlemen, even as some of our brothers and sisters are in incarceration at this time, even as some of us are fighting court battles, the resolve that the UPND has not been broken. And today, this has come to the zenith and the launch of this manifesto. I'm not alone today. I have a co-host, and that is Mayuka Mupangwe, as well as, that's my co-master of ceremony, as well as Peter here, that is going to be our sign language interpreter. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome my co-host to come and take it up from here and lead us further. Please, a round of applause for Mayuka as he comes to lead us further.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Now. Ladies and gentlemen, with our program, I once again invite Taburanso to give us some entertainment. Taburanso. Let us put our hands together for Taburanso, ladies and gentlemen. Taburanso. They are here. And the real, when you talk about live bands, these are the ones, no power, no solar, you still have entertainment. Yeah. Taburanso for you. Yeah, just a moment. Please, when people do it, let us feel free to participate in the happenings here. It's not easy to share the comments. We'll call you, come and dance at our let us give them something. Somebody once told me, I told me about Kasokumu in a good size and sapato. Mamenga from size 5, you will have So please let us Sowela, when people do the dancing, it encourages the people who are performing. Let us give them something. Thank you so very much. Let us put our hands together for Taburanso. All right, let us put our hands together for Taburanso. Okay, thank you so very much. At this point in time, it's my real honor and privilege to invite our SG just to come up front here. Can we put our hands together for our SG, ladies and gentlemen?
Allow me briefly to remove the mask. I don't want to sound like a lamba bull. Zambia. Well, we cannot avoid our very good sign so that people know who we are. Mr. President, the Vice President, members of the National Management Committee, the party leaders at various levels, members of Parliament, distinguished guests, and eminent Zambians that are present here, the media, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the launch of the United Party for National Development Manifesto ahead of the August 12th presidential, parliamentary, and local government elections. Mr. President, this is not my show, but allow me to say a few words to our party members gathered here and also the people of Zambia on this historic day, which marks yet another milestone in our efforts to set good priorities and agenda to ensure Zambia becomes a better country for all. We are today making a landmark declaration of our policies as outlined in our manifesto under various sectors of our economy, social, political, and cultural dispensation. Fellow Zambians, I call this day an important one in the history of our party for the very reason that we are all gathered here to witness the launch of our party manifesto and clearly send a strong message to you, the people of this country, that the UPND is very much prepared to take over government and change things for the better in Zambia. Needless to emphasize, the manifesto we launched today captures what we in the UPND plan to do to move our country from doom to prosperity. We are ready as a party to move this country to the next level, and that should be done. Without preempting anything, we have a manifesto that contains steeped in vision and realism. We launch a manifesto today which speaks to the aspiration of our people while confronting our reality as a country. This manifesto is about policies that respond to the aspiration of our people, considering that they are being let down by previous and current governments. This year's election is not about obsessions of politicians, but issues that affect the people across the country in spite of their political, ethnic, and religious creed. We have an opportunity of analyzing some of the manifestos of other political players in the country, but they fall short of providing realistic solutions to the majority of our people. Today, the party in government, the Patriotic Front, are haunted by their past false promises of reducing taxes, more money in people's pockets, while providing jobs for millions of the youth who are still waiting on end. The country is in dire need for a manifesto with the policies in the vision and equitable society which all citizens are accorded an opportunity to prosper in their areas of competence. This manifesto sets our clear plans for prosperous, dignified Zambia. While the manifesto outlines key policies and strategies of developing this country, we are committed to ensuring that Zambia reclaims its lost economic and political centralism in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, this manifesto is highly ambitious, but we are encouraged by the fact that our members and the rest of citizens are ready to pursue and ensure it is practicality. This manifesto is about a better quality of life for Zambians, including those in the Patriotic Front government. Today, people are tired of broken, false promises by those that are being entrenched or entrusted in power. People want practical solutions to their challenges. We offer to restore trust between the citizens and the leaders that the latter are capable of delivering on their manifestos. Some political leaders abandon their manifestos because they are written for political expedience in order to assume power through deceitful tactics. We want a renewal of our politics. We want a renewal of our country. We want a renewal of our homeland. Mr. President, allow me briefly to address a key issue that seems to be burning. Let me remind those that will be elected as members of parliament that taking a correct position during our parliamentary duty on behalf of the electorate, which is also shared by the party leadership, should never attract any rewards to the MPs. This is a noble duty for which they are offered to undertake on behalf of the people of Zambia. Yes. When the electorate chose us to represent them in Parliament, they are expectant that they shall help them address some of the daunting challenges they face on a daily basis. The struggle is for the strong. Those who have been weak in their interaction with their constituencies may face rejection and will quickly run to the Patriotic Front, whose moral standing is at the lowest ebb of the political ladder in this country. In conclusion, Mr. President, allow me at this point to urge the party members and other progressive citizens across the country to go flat out and sell our manifesto. This is a battle to save this great nation. I appeal to all Zambians that do not fear to fight for the emancipation of this country. Mr. President, at this point in time, I am too small to do anything other than just thanking the people that are gathered here as we continue with our program. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our SQ. Thank you so very much. At this time, I would like to invite Ruth Mukuma to come and join me in front. Ruth Mukuma to come and join me in front at this time. Thank you so much. and Peter will join us later. We have 2 sign language interpreters. A round of applause for them. Ruth will be joining us now. Thank you, Peter. Before we go further in our program, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recognize some of our special guests today. Everybody is special, including those who are online. But it is paramount that we recognize some people who have joined us here to represent and symbolize the depth to which the UPND has gone, not only in seeking wisdom, but in having a reflection on a future that's brighter than the challenges of its past. I'd like to welcome and help me recognize former Home Affairs Minister in the Frederick Titus Jacob Chiluba government of MMD, Mr. Peter Machunga. Please, a round of applause for Honorable Peter Machunga. Where are you, sir? So that people can see where you're standing. There he is. Thank you so much, sir. We welcome you. Former Minister of Labor and former Zambia Congress of Trade Union President. Please help me welcome Mr. Faxon Shamenda. There he is, our father. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. Also, we want to recognize former Special Assistant to President Levi Mwanawasa, in charge of project and policy implementation as well as monitoring, Honorable Jack Kalalo. A round of applause for him. And look at them, they're all still looking young. This is a challenge to us. Thank you very much, sirs. Please help me welcome and recognize former member of Central Committee in the unique government of Honorable Kenneth David Kaunda, Mr. Baitis Kapalu. A round of applause for Honorable Kapalu. Kapulu. Momo Kapulu mukandiswalela shangwe. Nitumezi shangwe. Nitumezi shangwe Kapulu nitumezi. Without further ado, former Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Leslie Mbula. A round of applause for Honorable Leslie Mbula. He was efficient in his time. Absolutely lethal. You got your payments on time, so we celebrate you. We recognize your effort. I would like to also recognize members of the UPND Alliance. There are several of them. They are here with us. I will not have perhaps the luxury of time to individually recognize. If I may ask all the members of the UPND Alliance to stand at this side. The President will do that. Okay, the President of the Alliance is here today, ladies and thank you. I stand corrected, Madam Vice President. Mr. Miloto, we want to thank you, sir. If you may stand, sir. I will subject myself to Honorable Silva Maseo so that she handles this particular protocol on my behalf. Please, Madam, I stand corrected.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, the Alliance President is President Hakainde Chilema. So we have in our midst the Alliance partners. I'll start with the NDC President Hafima. And I will introduce the President of RPP, President Kusu. I will then recognize and introduce the Faction President for NAREC. I will also introduce the National Chairperson for NDC, Mr. Mundi. Sorry, Vice President of NDC. And I'll also introduce the National Chairperson of the NAREC, Mr. Gulu. I also introduce another national leader from the party. Please, stand. Thank you. And I'll introduce myself as the speaker, Ms. Kosovo. Sorry, within ourselves, somewhere maybe they can just stand. I may not see them. We have the SG for our people with us, if you can just stand. We also have the Deputy SG standing. It's present. We also have the SG for NDC. I did see her. We also have Ms. Zimba, our national chair lady, and the RPP present. I'm also aware that from ADD, we have some senior officials present. Apologies, Mr. President, and ladies and gentlemen, from Honorable Miluki, the president of ADD, is currently at a funeral program, and the Secretary General is on the ground in the constituency in Western Province. So they send their best wishes to you, Your Excellency, the President of the Alliance, and wish you all the best for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Masebo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, we shall move on with our program. But in case you came here a little late, whilst we had already made announcements for where the convenient rooms are, please feel free to see any of our hosts at the back, but it's really to your left. Then you find your way from there. Thank you so very much. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage at this time to come and give us an overview of the economy and the way forward. That is the Chairman, Finance and Economic Committee, Honorable Situmbeko Musokotwani. A round of applause to Honorable Musokotwani as he leads us further. Thank you.
Zambia! 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 But you are always silent as if something has happened. As if something has happened in Lambaland. Zambia! Zambia! Thank you very much indeed. I wish to recognize the President of the UPND, Mr. Ichilema. I also wish to recognize the presence of all the alliance partners. Obviously, I cannot go through the entire list because otherwise it will take the whole day. I want to recognize our special guests, senior citizens. I want to recognize members of the party, leaders from the lowest level up to the highest level. You're welcome. I'm also aware that out there in the cyber world, there are thousands and thousands of people following these proceedings. You are also welcome. I am greatly honored for this opportunity to make some remarks at this important occasion in which our party, the United Party for National Development, UPND, is presenting its manifesto for the period 2021 to 2026.
As the SG said, this is actually a covenant. This is an agreement. I've been ordered to take off the mask. I just hope that Honorable Shamenda will take care of me if I go sick. As the SG said, we are this morning actually making a covenant or an agreement between UPND and the people of Zambia. A covenant regarding what we shall do for Mother Zambia, in you at the individual level, when you put us in office in August this year. It is important to make this covenant because we don't just want to elect a group of individuals to come and repeat the mistakes of other individuals. We want to elect them because they are making tangible promises of what they intend to do for you, and more importantly, that they are going to abide by those promises. Of course, I'm also, in this regard, here to support our party president and the entire leadership in presenting the manifesto. The manifesto is a very broad document. It covers all aspects of human life: the economy, governance, various sectors like agriculture, manufacturing. There's simply no time this morning for me to go into the details of all this. So I'll make an overview of the economic issues, but also how they relate to the various sectors of the economy. As for the details, that's why the manifesto document is there. You'll be able to read it in your own time. Let me now then turn to the issues of the economy. Our economic program sets out from the serious economic hardships that the Zambians are facing today. Mr. Chairman, if I was to talk about lack of employment opportunities, you all know that very well. Especially if you are one of the 40,000, more than 40,000 young people who have been trained to be teachers. And we need those teachers because we don't have sufficient teachers in our country. But there's no money to employ them. Mr. Chairman, if I was to talk about the number of job losses that are taking place in the country today, whether it's in the mining sector, whether it is in manufacturing, whether it is in the banking sector, you all know that very well. Mr. Chairman, if I was to talk about the ever-rising prices of goods, these are things that you experience on a daily basis. A few years ago, if you had 100 kwacha in your pocket, you're sure of being able to feed your family maybe for about 2 weeks. Because out of that 100 kwacha, you're able to buy a bag of milk maybe for 40 kwacha, remaining with the 60. You'll be able to buy some salad, some vegetables, some carpenter. Today, 100 kwacha will not even buy you a bag of milk. Not even one bag of milk. And worse still, if you go in our shops today, almost on a weekly basis, prices are changing. Prices are going up. These are things that we're experiencing. And you know them very well. What perhaps is enough for me to state is that life has become very hard under this period government. 10 years ago, when they were looking for your votes, they promised heaven on earth. They promised heaven on earth. Lower taxes, more money, jobs. All we can say today is that rather than delivering that heaven on earth, they've actually delivered hell. on earth. They have delivered hell on earth. The harshest economic conditions that I can ever imagine are prevailing today since the time when independence came. And I feel sorry for the Zambian people. I feel sorry for myself. I feel sorry especially for you, the young people who finished school, hoping that you'd get jobs, hoping that you'd have decent lives. All you are getting is a lot of problems. Mr. Chairman, enough is enough. I repeat that. Enough is enough. Let's say it together. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. The PF have had 10 years to deliver on those good promises that they made. Now, thinking of it this way, life expectancy, maybe it's about 50. The average person in this country will live up to 50 years. After that, you die for various reasons. Now, if 10 years of those 50, can you imagine that? If 10 out of those 50 years that you are going to live, you are subjected to hardship and necessity, should you have tolerance for such a government that delivers those hardships? It's time to remove them. Set yourself free. Set yourselves free. Life is there to be enjoyed if you have a good government. Don't take, especially for young people, don't imagine that we were created to suffer. No. We were not created to suffer. We were created just like those people in Asia, those people in Europe, those people in America. We were created to decent lives. But it requires that we have a good government. And UPND is there to offer the good governance that we are talking about. Given where we are today, rising prices, unemployment, it follows that our economic program is obviously going to kick off to deal with these immediate problems that we are facing. What is the cause of this problem that we are facing today? The cause of these problems, friends, the cause of these problems is the overborrowing that your government is undertaking on behalf of you. I hope you are following me. The cause of the constant rise in prices, the cause of the exchange rate moving from 4.8 where they found it to 22. All that is because your government has borrowed too much money. The fact that when you set up a shop in Mandahil or in the market, the number of people coming to buy from you is reduced drastically, or you are the house that you're putting on rent, now you are struggling to collect the rent, and therefore you can't feed your children. The major explanation out of this is the excess borrowing that your government has made from less than $2 billion to more than $20 billion within 10 years. Don't listen to the stories of COVID, friends. You are following me? Don't listen to these stories of COVID. COVID could end tomorrow. But as long as you have this mountain of Mongol on your shoulders, it will not, your hardships will not end. Don't listen to falsities. Those are just excuses. The problem is that of excessive debt. Dollars come in, dollars go. There are few. Exchange rate does what? It goes up. Money comes in, money goes out to pay the Chinese, to pay the Indians, to pay the Europeans. There is less money remaining in your country. No one is going to buy from the shop. That's as simple as all that. Therefore, The very first thing that UPND is going to tackle is to engage those people who have lent us money. We are going to engage them seriously to say, friends, we are not able to pay you in the manner that the PF government agreed with you. We are going to pay you, but let's pay over a longer period of time so that every year what we pay out will be much less compared to what we are paying today. The technical people call that debt shaping. The whole idea is, if I borrowed 1,000 kwacha from a friend, I promised to pay in 1 month, I failed, because if I pay, I'll not be able to feed my children. What do? My friend. If I have to choose between feeding my children and paying you, I'm afraid I have to pay to feed my children. So let's just agree that I pay you a small amount. It will cost me a little bit more, but that is fine. So that's the very first thing that we're going to do is the UPND government. Once we do that, the government will have extra cash to spend on citizens so that we can pay the pensioners who have been waiting for their money for ages, so that we can exchange more money for scholarships to young people, so that the exchange rate stops behaving like a yo-yo, it stabilizes. This will come from the negotiations that we undertake with the creditors. And of course, there will be more money in the country for us to be able to support our businesses. You asked me the question, but why is PF failing to do this simple thing? That is simple. No one trusts the PF anymore, colleagues. No one trusts the PF. The fear that they have, let me tell you now, the fear that these creditors have is that, you see, these people, they like borrowing all the time. If we agree to reduce the amount of money that they pay us monthly or quarterly or what, rather than spending that money on their people, what will they do? They will go and borrow again. That's the fear of these creditors. They are also fearing to say, if we give you debt relief, say for 5 years, we extend the period to 5 years, 10 years, how do we know that after 5 years or 10 years, you're going to pay us back? They don't trust the PF. This is why for the last 4 years, they've been trying to engage the IMF. The IMF is just going around in circles, playing around, making nice statements, but it will not happen under this PF government. Put the UPND government there, within 3 months, we'll get these things sorted out. Mr. Chairman, sorting out the debt problem, stabilizing the exchange rate, putting more money into the bank so that we can lend to you, to your businesses. That is an imperative. But the fight does not end there. We know that today there are millions and millions of young people looking for jobs. At our time, you came out of school, not university, secondary school. There were 3 or 4 employers waiting to give you a job. Today, university graduates are walking the streets, they can't find jobs. College graduates, they can't find jobs. So our task as UPND is to go beyond the issue of solving this debt crisis. It is about creating wealth for this country. And when I talk about creating wealth, there's only one thing. If an economy does not produce enough, if you don't produce enough crops, If you don't manufacture enough, if you don't mine enough, how do you expect to be a prosperous country? Because look at all the countries that are prosperous in this country, this world. The Mauritians of this world, the Chile of this world, the Americans. They produce millions and millions of tons of everything. So the UPND government is going to make sure that we produce a lot in this country. And when I talk about producing a lot, it's producing like you have never seen before since independence. It's about talking about creating mountains of groundnuts, mountains of maize, mountains of wheat. That's what we mean by producing a lot. It's about producing lots of copper, lots of manganese, all these minerals. That's what we mean by producing to uplift the economy. Now, of course, production takes place in sectors, and this is why our manifesto, it is the details of how, the manifesto is the details of what we are going to do in mining, what we are going to do in agriculture, what we are going to do in tourism. They are all there, those details are there. But let me just perhaps choose 3 out of the sectors to illustrate what we are talking about. I'll begin with mining, because mining, colleagues, Zambia is a mining country. If mining does well, like the way it did from about 2002 up to the time when the PF took place, because mining was doing well. Copper production, for example, moved from only 250,000 tons to about 800,000 tons within 10 years. That's why the exchange rate was $3, 3 quarters of the dollar, 4 quarters of the dollar, because that copper was doing what? It was bringing dollars in the country. You are following me? Now, the plan at the time was that Zambia should continue to upscale copper production. The plan at the time was that copper production should rise from 800,000 tons to 2 million tons, to 3 million tons. Under UPND, our target is to raise copper production from 800,000 tons, which has been stuck in the last 10 years, to 3 million tons. Don't say it is impossible, because copper is there. If you go to places like Kasempa, where are the counters? Free up the lands. We are coming, the UPND government is coming to open mines there out there in Kasempa. Avena Wapula, Dr. Majumba, prepare yourselves, open up the lands. There's copper there, we're coming to produce copper, we're coming to produce manganese, we are coming. Even in the Western Province, at the time when I left my last assignment in government, there were some very important world-class companies prospecting for copper in the Kauma area. The whole of this belt, from Copper Belt, northwestern, going into Namibia, there's copper there. So UPND is going to produce, target to produce 3 million tons. Can you imagine the amount of money that this country is going to make? At this high price of copper of 9,000, you will never know what to do with the dollars. Can you imagine the number of jobs we are going to produce in the mines? Can you imagine the number of jobs that will be created in holding copper, transporting copper to the overseas markets, and to make sure that the Zambians have even preference in transporting this copper to the market? Can you imagine the business opportunities? Can you imagine the business opportunities that will arise for you who have trained as mechanics, electricians, when 3 million tons of copper is being produced? Can you imagine the volume of business that you out there in Tanzania, you people out there, Tanzania, Mbika, Kaprimposhi, all the way to Nakonde, can you imagine the amount of business that you get? Zambia Railways, you will never know what to do with the amount of business that you get out of 3 million tons of copper, manganese, and all these other items. So mining, we are going to be very aggressive about it. Let me talk about, and of course, when I talk about mining, I'm not just talking about copper gold. I'm talking about the whole Zambia. That's why I mentioned Brakula. That's why I mentioned Western Province, Central Province. The first mine ever in Zambia was in the Kafue National Park. So there's lots of copper there. Let me move on to manufacturing, because this is a sector all over the world that absorbs labor. You notice that we are looking for sectors, we are looking to do things that will create jobs. There are 4 million of you young people looking for jobs in Zambia. Only 4 million. With a well-thinking government, within 10 years, you can produce enough jobs to give all young people 4 million. Not through deceit, like what the PF did, but through informed and careful planning. In manufacturing, Mr. Chairman, there are 2 aspects that I want to mention. And I'm very happy that when I was the economic advisor to Levi Manawasa, my colleague there, that lumber man wearing a mask there, Jack Kalala, were just neighbors together. Let me tell you the sort of thing that we're thinking about those days, which is revived now in manufacturing. You have heard about the Championship Facility Economic Zone, right? Are you still following each other? Yes. This is outside Chambesh town. Here in Osaka, there's one just behind Bowling there. There's another one at the airport. Let me tell you what these things were supposed to do. These special economic zones were meant to be the core of manufacturing in Zambia. In particular, the copper that we produce in this country. We have already a captured market because most of the copper, they import various components from South Africa. Components that go in the manufacturing, in the mining sector. In these emphases, special economic zones, they were meant to provide manufacturing facilities so that we cut down on imports by the mining sector, so that bone meals, acid, and all sorts of things, we don't buy them from South Africa. We buy them from where? From Zambia. Can you imagine the number of jobs that we created? Also, in those emphases, we said, let's add value copper. Let's add value copper. One way of doing that is copper wires. Not one factory, not 2, we can even have 20 or even 100. We also said at the time, copper alloys, in other words, mixture of copper with some other metals. If you look at door handles, what is in a door handle? It is a brass, isn't it? Made of what? Copper and those of you did chemistry, I have forgotten my chemistry now. Is it zinc or lead? I think it's zinc. So, brass. We would be able to supply all the door handles in this region. We would be able to supply all the electrical motors in this region from the M phases. This is what the UPND government is going to do. To encourage factories to set up, to process copper, value added copper. This will be jobs. This will be business opportunities. Further, want to say this. We are always complaining. Why are we importing fruit juices from South Africa? We make those complaints these days. Why are we importing mango fruit, mango juice? Why are we importing guava juice? But we don't do anything. The UPND government will make sure that within 5 years, we will not just be not importing, but we shall be the major exporter of fruit juices in the region of the world. And for that, colleagues, we'll take advantage of what each of our provinces can make. In the Western Province, for example, mango trees grow with almost no management. You just eat the mango, you throw the seeds, next year it is growing. So this is something that we are going to focus in, organize it properly, so that the South Africans, the Congolese, the Italians import mango juices from Zambia, import orange juices from Zambia. Can you imagine the jobs that we are going to create? Can you imagine the tax money that ZRI is going to collect? Shall we fail to send children to school, to colleges, if we do these things? We can't. There is another thing that we are going to do in manufacturing. And again, here, my colleague, Dr. Lala, it is fine that this was already under plan. Cotton. Cotton grows very well in this country. And in the past, of course, we had factories like this one, what do they call it? Kafio Textiles, like Mungushi. And by the way, you remember President Lungu has been promised to open Mungushi? Has he opened it in the last 10 years? We are going to open textile factories in this country. We are going to open textile factories in this country. And this is the way it's going to work. Number one, we support the farmers so that the seeds that they plant. I hope you can see the linkages that I'm referring to when I talk about manufacturing. See the linkage between manufacturing and agriculture. I hope you can see that. I hope you can follow me on that. So the first thing about the cotton industry is to support the farmers, give them good seeds so that the yields goes up to world standards, and we produce lots of cotton. With that cotton, we'll spin it here in Zambia. Once we've spun the cotton, we are not going to export it raw in that form. No. The plan that we had was that Zambia, once again, must be turned into a factory country for clothes. In other words, shirts. We are going to make world-class bed sheets. We are going to make world-class towels. We are going to make world-class even underwears. If you go around the country, these are around the world, these are the sort of things that the people in the so-called rich countries import millions of tons. For them, they wear a shirt 1 year, after that they throw away, they want another one. They will use a towel for several months, they throw away. So, talking about, if I may summarize on manufacturing, and I'm about to move in towards the end. The manufacturing sector in this country under UPND take advantage of our copper resources and other minerals, manganese and so forth, which we are going to promote so that there's value addition. The batteries, the copper wires, the startup, the electric motors, the bushes in car starter motors, all those we are going to promote. For agriculture, we are going to link it with manufacturing so that we produce juices, so that we produce textiles, all for export. All for export in big quantities. Let me just say a few things about tourism. This too, we are going to expand, and I will not spend much time on this. All I can say that, colleagues, it's not enough to say we have wildlife. It's not enough to say with lions, with elephants. You must create conditions where investors can go where these animals are so that they can set up hotels. That's what we are going to do. The details are in the manifesto. The last sector I want to mention is ICT technology. Again, let me say that Jack Kalala and myself, we spent almost 2 years. We must spend almost perhaps even more, understanding Japanese, understanding Malaysians, understanding Indonesians. We did that. Therefore, what I want to tell you, colleagues, is that when we talk about manufacturing and all these sectors, in the emphasis, I also want to tell you that under UPND, Zambia is going to emulate, and I emphasize the point, Zambia is going to emulate those so-called Asian tigers of Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan. We aspire to be like those countries in practical terms. I repeat, Zambia wants to be like Singapore under UPND. We want to be like Taiwan. We want to be like Malaysia. If you look at most of your phones, you turn back, made in Malaysia, made in Indonesia, made in Taiwan. But the technology is from America. But they knew how to attract capital from those rich countries to come and set up manufacturing of those items in their countries. This is what has made those Asian countries. Some of you will say, this man is now dreaming. How can we be like Taiwan? How can we be like Singapore? Take it. As we speak right now, Mauritius is way on the route to being like those countries. South African country. As we speak right now, Rwanda is way on the route. Just a few months ago, you saw the German car manufacturer VW. They've set up a factory in Rwanda. So, if Rwanda can do it, if Mauritius can do it, how can we, as Zambia, fail to do it? So, under President Hakainde and his team, we are not just going to be like Mauritius, Rwanda, and so forth. We are going to make sure that we are overtaking them. We want to make sure that we overtake them. Because like the special economic zones that we're talking about, the Rwandese came to copy from us, not so Jakaland. We started the idea. But when the BF came in, all the incentives that were there, they did what? They threw them out. Now Rwanda is way ahead manufacturing cars. So we are going to finally, as I conclude, money. All these things require money. How do we get the money? First of all, the debt relief that I talked about, to bring some money. Secondly, these things that I talk about, what we do in mining, to bring money. What we do in manufacturing, to bring money. But also very important, under this UPND government, there will be zero tolerance for corruption. Zero tolerance for corruption. Because no matter how much money you generate, and there are countries in this world that have generated a lot of money from oil, from minerals and so forth, but if you go there today, they are very poor. What's the reason? Money has been stolen. Therefore, under UPND, zero tolerance to corruption. I want to answer the last question, which is, we have heard these stories before. The PF made similar promises, but they've delivered hell instead of heaven.
Yes,
so how can we trust you, UPND? So I need to answer that question. First issue is that you know that, especially those of us who were adults when PF were campaigning, we knew they were not serious. We knew, because if you look at the many of the people there, we knew that they were just saying those things for the sake of getting power. Not because we intended to do the things that we talked about. So they were not serious. Now, when Hakainde Hichilema makes a promise, do you really think that he's there to win you so that he gets into power? To do what? Do you believe that? He is a serious man, that man that you see there. And all of us who are his defendants, we are serious. If we were not serious people, we would have been bought by PF. But we say, it's not worth it. We are there to save the land and people. But apart from that, and perhaps this is even more critical, when you look at where the Zambian economy is today, you ask yourself the question, where are these civil servants? Where are these civil servants who helped previous governments to improve the economy? Where are they? And this is where the mistake PF made. PF was not looking for people with the knowledge and skills. They were looking for what? Bad candidates. That's what their manifesto says, constitutional belief. Under UPND, civil servants out there, listen to me carefully. Under UPND, we shall hire you on the basis of your competence to produce for Mother Zambia. There is a role for our bad cadres, and we value them a lot. There is a program for them. But deliver on these things that require technical competence, we look forward to you, the public workers, whether it's the Minister of Agriculture, whether it's the Minister of Education. You have the knowledge, you have the experience, who come to you. So just get ready for us. Get ready for us. Put your papers in order. We are coming for you. As you can tell, Mr. President, a very good thing, the very competent thing that PF has been known to do is to fire the most competent of all professionals. Is that not correct? There are so many examples of very competent people, whether they are doctors, whether they are economists, whether they are accountants. Fire, fire, fire them and to see where the country is today. These things that we are talking about this morning, as we speak now, the manifesto is also being delivered to the 10 provinces of Zambia, talking about the very thing that we are talking about now. But I also want to tell you that for each province, there is a well-articulated plan of how we are going to deal with the specific issues. I already made reference to some of those when I talked about mangoes in the Western province. I also talked about the cotton, the textile chain. So people in Southern province, people in Eastern province, Central province, where cotton is grown, these will be elaborated. I also talked about mines, and Kaonde and Lama Friends, there's a lot of minerals. So we're coming for you to open those mines. So these are the sort of things that are contained in the provincial and even district of what we are going to do for the people of Zambia. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, thank you a lot for your attention.
Let us put our long hands together for that presentation. Indeed, I think in Zambia, we are getting used to suffering now. So I think when things are presented in this manner, is it true? You know, but really, it's going to happen. At this point in time, we're going to come to a part where a presentation of a summary of manifestos according to provinces. And now to do that part, allow me to invite the Chairman, Policy and Research, Mr. Joseph Lungo. Let us put our hands for him, please.
Good morning. Good morning. I think my job is very easy at this time. We are now going to go to the stage where we are going to listen to what each province is going to offer this country as a UPND government. I hope our technical team is ready. Are you ready? Hello, can I have a sign? Are you ready? Thank you. So I suggest you pay attention. We are about to listen to the provincial manifestos. Thank you.
So please, you can follow from the screens. People, I don't know what we can do to allow people to follow from this screen.
I'm a farmer who has been doing farming even with animals. He has done research all over the country. And he came to learn that even if you give a farmer 10 bags of fertilizer, without any help when it comes to plowing, they will do nothing because they will be using incas. They will do nothing. So it's difficult for them. What does he want to do? He wants to go on the extra mile to add on what one wants has started. Akarinde is saying he will add 2 animals for plowing. He gives you 10 bags of fertilizer and you also release two animals for plowing. Also, as well, call the plow, the one you also add that. And that would be so going to you farmers. So they all kind of 10 parts of the tractor. Plus 2 animals to assist you when it comes to plowing. I can tell you, Zambia will start producing more food, more maize. As a result, it will be a chain reaction. When you have more maize, automatically the price of milling will come down. That's how it's done. It's as simple as that. The other thing is that Akainda want to deliver fertilizer beds like these guys. The time they are supposed to deliver D-compound, that is when they will start delivering seeds without fertilizer. The time we are supposed to deliver top dressing, that's when they are delivering D-compound. Everything upside down. India will deliver fertilizer in time, on time, so that farmers are able to plan and use the fertilizer accordingly. The other thing is that I'm a farmer. Farmers are complaining. You go and spend your whole time, weeks and months, sweating in the fields, putting in money. Then you produce your maize. Then they come and tell me useless prices for the maize. That will come to an end under Akainda will give farmers reasonable price for every crop which they will produce. Akainda is telling you, I am kneeling down once the voters of Congo. Bashimaiti, Bamibepas, Panga Bashimaiti. Right now, the Chapel of Oklahoma, putting more than Bashimaiti. Why is an answer to just here we don't watch down. If you watch it's already for about 40. Umunga wako kwa kufundisha Bashimaiti. Niliza wapi kufundisha wako kwa shaka few days wako kufundisha umunga. Ukali kitu kwacha. Kuomba kupea ama fana. Nisikuachane istay mu takulekana abantu kero kungoba mipere bati mipere yo ndimupoke amano nimwewe kamboni chishi akainde nala akisa ndirudira inda mashafura bashimai akainde nala inalandi wani na ile akisa mipera akainde nala you sustain the mining industry. If you are a child of the rapper, you will have a minus. And Papa, the Bashmai, where they go built the land, once. But move, come on the way, come on the land. Maybe I have a new show for regulation. But if I start to break, what is that? 5 they will break it, they buy 20 kwacha, 20 kwa 18 kwacha. But if I pay after the fuel, petrol, polish the body for water 50. Then the petrol reached 19 kwacha. But people was like Unga, 6 kwacha. Then the Unga only buy 170. But people was like the dollar, buy 550. Then the dollar buy to almost 23 kwacha. But people was like the transport in the net enough for Kusaka Kundura. Okay, Kusaka, they are 45 kwacha. They don't want Kusaka, you want to rate around 50. But people, basa ile botoro ya salad, bali tu kwacha 50. Ile botoro ya kimoyo, ni bali 45 kwacha. But people, chishi inara kitabu. Ala right jose basi. Kwa kola tino, ukapyo mchelo, kini wala msho jose chinduna balonga. Takwa. Ukuruti na kone mando kushikana. Bamwanda shibonse. In the election, you have to go August in the spirit and it will manifest in the physical. Nobody can say no when Jesus says yes. When Jesus says yes, nobody else will say no. Now, since Jesus has said yes, I want to assure and tell the people of Zambia, even our friends in the PF and other political parties, but whatever happens, Since Jesus has already said yes, Againde will be serving as the Senate Republican president after August 4th. Zambia forward.
Because at least most of these people just go to Chishinga Falls. But we also have the Chilambwe Falls, just along Porokoso Road. It's in between Porokoso and Kasama. This also we are going to make sure that we advertise it once we form government, so that we also be having some tourists going to that area. And by doing that, if we advertise all these things properly, at a larger scale, then we'll be inviting a lot of tourists, a lot of people will be visiting that area, hence bringing in some monies for the government. And also it will also create some employment for our youths and for the local people just there. We have a lot of youths that are employed. And once these things are put in place, I think we'll have a lot of employment for our youths. We also have in Midori Bay and Kasawa Bay, we also have in Sumbu National Park, where the game viewing can also be done by the people that want to view. I've talked about tourism. Now I'm coming to education. Education, we have a lot of schools. Now what we are going to do is, who absorb all the teachers in employment, so as to reduce on teacher-teacher ratio. And we also finish all the unfinished school buildings that have been left without unfinished. We also want to, when you look at most of these schools in the rural areas, they have no teachers. And we have a lot of our children who have graduated from the colleges. They are just roaming around the streets. So our intention is to employ all these people and send them to these schools, so that at least the burden of one teacher per 7 classes will be reduced. In terms of health, in Northern Province, we have about 4 colleges for health staff, 3 for nurses, 3 for nursing schools, and 1 for these who are training in just the mere healthy care. So we at least offload a number of people, a number of health staff. And when you look at the infrastructure in the areas, some are not even finished. So where they are finished, we are going to employ these young men and women who have graduated from the colleges to go and at least help in those areas, so as to make sure that everything is there. And in our hospitals, it will also be our priority to have medicines, not the expired ones, to safeguard the health of the people, of the Zambian people. So make sure that proper people are put in place to make sure that everything is going on smoothly. Infrastructure, Northern Province is one of the least developed in terms of infrastructure. Our main focus will also be on the infrastructure in the Northern Province. In other areas, we find that there are stadiums, where children could play. Beautiful buildings are being constructed, but not in northern province. It's actually the least. So it will also be the priority of UPND government to also come and look into the infrastructure of this province. We have no universities because we haven't built anything. We were promised a university, but up to now there's nothing. So once we form government, it will be our first thing, so that our children can also belong to our own university. And I think, in terms of, I'm talking about the infrastructure. We also, we have areas like the Chambesh where we are using the pontoons. In this era, I think it's important for our people to use the pontoons. It's high time we build bridges over these areas. So it will also be one of our priorities also to build the bridges on these rivers.
Alikumbi ya tukufu kuingia ukasiri watu akwa family kuna machabalishi na kupinga saine okutiko na kanisa hili wakati ubona na jimbongo mangato kahasi kutwala wakati wetu kumashikola kumakoleji na kuzeziwa sekondari tu Oke okutasi. Zambesi mu kulepuka chakita. Ngedade Zambesi. Mbatu na bezu west. Mu imakisema. Ote makatika elite. Kamo ikwe. Ya maji. Bari. Mangali katika. Kiri. Lokoso. Uimakisema. Bakata ile na sakema ngana. Tukakwenda kwenye maroso, eksema kuya kaandumba, fokero kuto, na kulanjisa. Mungu mwaji kangai. Mokekona pakachaka mpaka mbezi. Na chakuma tuwa. Zindeka. Tulina zindeka katuhuni. Mungu kanambezi. Sambezi wezi. Na sambezi. Kulikokutu. Ilitaimo. Na malapu services. Ngipunda bela. Siku na kwe. Menyanangnya si fokamu dikotna kaki sika mata ini untuk apa macam naik aku unik mati unik betul apa sakutat sebab ini nak buru unik itu aku untuk cek jika orang tak sesuatu makanya aku coba Amerika mau Jerman tapi kena kita nak butuh full Aku ini berkongsi, lama terkena nak apa bertoba, nak kena minum. Kesi macam ni, polis kena tertol, muna komo nak biba. Minta terlihat apa? Siapa tahu bertoba mata kena macam mana nak kena tertol. Ya pula tertol. Muslim sekali aja. Maka kena sini kenal, wana muslim, wana waktu minta ni. Uno, banyak toko, baju apa tu kita, maka ini dekat. Nah, kalau kita ada bisa kafa, warna jembong, maka nak dia semua tunggu lah. Aku pula belakang, ni kali ini kita masih ada 6, bukan puji, nanti waktu tu kafa. Maka tukakuta kumashikola baba mauti muomuti muli mali ile tseni ndio katika fako ipatane sepe kuligumia hizi sikata ile tseni ya kuridika wanashika kama kaide nali naluka hivi kwa shikato mnikandis ya kununga kama twist na zambezo wesi mumoko ya kumbia mix Kumbira nilise. Katika anaishi. Siba kama takapinde tayari wala shabu. Mangana watu alisa mtamba kana na dinyao. Ndiga yosema. Siba ngao atakapia kutulie. Mwaka taile afuatsa haikundi ya tu okasi magao mangana. Kuna paula kuna kuandika angalia
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to just take a short commercial break so that we can correct the video and see how we can rectify that. So thank you for being here, everybody, and we appreciate you. Please bear with us. We just don't want to transmit a quality that is just not up to speed. Give us a moment. DJ, over to you for that small interlude of music. Thank you.
In the interest of time, allow me to invite. Okay. So, allow me to invite Mr. Lungu, Chairman of Policy and Research, to give us a summary on the many party manifesto. Mr. Lungu. That's what we're going to
I hope I'm allowed to take off my mask. This is indeed a very, very important day for us as UPND. It's also a very important day for citizens of this country. If you care for Zambia, you should listen to your parents. Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Thank you, President Hakainde Hichilema, Vice President Kaina Lumango. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you, Presidents of our alliance parties, alliance partners, members of the National Executive Committee of our party, and all other members of the party. Ladies and gentlemen, and other distinguished guests, let me say good morning once again. It is my singular pleasure to welcome you to our much anticipated launch of our manifesto for 2021-2026, which we have themed Time for Change. It's time for change. I just want to thank you once again for making time to come and join us this morning. We believe as a party, at the heart of every manifesto, there must be policies that create real change for the lives of citizens. For UPND, it's about creating more jobs, putting food on the table, and building a better economy for all Zambians. In this manifesto, UPND rises to the challenge most of Zambians are facing today. And we are guided by people-centered, pro-poor policies that guarantees the availability of basic needs for all Zambians. To this end, our manifesto addresses three issues that the people of Zambia are facing. Now let me list down what are those issues that this manifesto of ours we are launching today addresses. Our manifesto addresses the creation of quality jobs, particularly for our youths and women and people with disability. Our manifesto addresses eradicating poverty and inequality and injustice. Our manifesto addresses providing universal access to high quality health care, promotion of good nutrition. Our manifesto addresses attaining macroeconomic stability and the prioritized areas of national development. Our manifesto addresses investing in our people through quality education and empowerment. Transforming and diversifying the economy to meet the aspirations of our people is one of the issues addressed in our manifesto. We want to reduce socio-economic disparities among regions to create a foundation for sustainable development by harnessing our natural resources. One of the issues that we shall tackle as a party is to eradicate ZESCO blackout through better management of existing facilities, increased investment, and the diversification of our energy portfolio. I was sitting there for a few minutes, I think power went off. I thought ZESCO had the plate game, as they often do. One of the other issues that our manifesto addressed is eradicating government waste, corruption, strengthen governance, and ensure fiscal discipline. Our previous speaker spoke about we have overborrowed. That is fiscal indiscipline. Fiscal indiscipline. We are also going to target the issue of tribal divisions in this country. We want to unify this country so that we, as a people, move as one. We shall also ensure good governance that promotes transparency, accountability, consultation, and dialogue between the governed and the governance. We shall also target the promotion and the provision of financial services, which as of now, certain areas of this country, we don't understand what financial services are and they don't have them. Now let me go to what is at the center of our manifesto. At the center of our manifesto is our commitment to change Zambia as guided by our vision. At this point, I want to thank our vision carrier, President Hakainde Hichilema. He's been articulating the issue of what is our vision for Zambia. What is our vision for Zambia? Our vision for Zambia is to have a united, prosperous Zambia with the equal opportunities across ethnic, religious, gender consideration, living in harmony in a free democratic society that's carrying Zambia Forward Vision 2030. Let me just say a bit about this. As of now, as we sit in this country is so divided, it's so polarized, we are so impoverished in the midst of plenty. There's so much inequality. We are treated different on the basis of what name you carry. That is going to be a thing of the past. As UPND, we are going to address that so that we move forward as one nation, one nation and one people. Now let me come to why do we seek power as a party? It's stated in our mission statement. It's to foster accelerated national development through the mobilization and sustainable use of human and natural resources for the empowerment of every Zambian citizen. I want to emphasize that UPND will maintain Zambia as a Christian nation while promoting and upholding religious freedom and tolerance of other religions and beliefs. May I add that this assertion is not mere words, but in practice. The UPND is well aware that a manifesto can be cleverly crafted, and many times the party once in office shares the manifesto in the archive of history. UPND is to make a difference. To this effect, we have a clear agenda. We have a clear agenda. We seek as a party realize Zambia's aspiration of becoming a prosperous middle-income country through three main phases. Phase 1, recovery and stabilization, steady growth, and takeoff. I hope you heard me clearly. We want to recover and stabilize the economy and the country, and then achieve steady growth and take off as a country. Here is our commitment and our contract with the people. Once in government, within 2021, we'll firmly implement policies that will address the following. We shall lower the fiscal deficit through disciplined use of our resources. We shall institute what we call in accounting cost containment measures. We shall restore market confidence. We shall bring stability to the economy. We shall enable speedy recovery in economic growth. We shall ensure proper debt management and sustainability. We shall ensure that the rule of law is applied. Under the climate of steady growth, we shall deepen investment in human capital, strategic economic sectors, especially those that offer growth opportunities and export promotion. We want to speak to you Zambians, especially voters. We are appealing to you to turn in large numbers on the 12th of August to vote for change that you deserve. Support the change that our youth, our mothers, persons with disability, and us as Zambians urgently require. The change that our manifesto will deliver. The change whose time is right. We appeal to all Zambians and voters in particular to make your votes count. Don't just go to vote and it's something that you want to do. Make your vote count. Your vote must mean something. Your vote must deliver the change that we all want in this country. Not just want, the change that we all need so that we can live better lives than we do now. Vote for UPND. Vote for real jobs. Vote for food on the table. And vote for a better economy. God bless you. God bless Zambia. Before I walk back to my table, our manifesto is going to be released online. We have a few hard copies here, just a summary for you to take away with you. But the main manifesto will be released online as soon as our vision carrier, President Hakainde, is done. There are people waiting, their fingers are on the trigger to post it online. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause for Mr. Joseph Lungu, Chairman, Policy and Research Bureau. Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful presentation. Also, we had Honorable Stubogo Sokotwani. Prior to that, Chairman, Finance and Economic Committee. For those of you that are joining us online so that you can follow the proceedings, my name is Movita Nawa. One of your co-hosts, together with Mayuka. We are hosting you today at the UPND Manifesto launch. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like us to go further. There's been a slight change in program, owing to just one technical issue, so we will set that aside. Not that it's not important, but we shall proceed with the program for today. At this time, I would like to invite the Kamanga Cultural Group to join us. But before they come, let me make some explanations so that you can appreciate what is happening. So this group, you will see from their t-shirts that they are wearing, there is a 10 provincial representation in each one of those t-shirts. If you can see from our UPND General Assembly, there was an underlying virtue and value for unity and reconciliation for our country. And that will be the undertone of President Hakainde Hichilema together with his leadership. So all the provinces are represented in those t-shirts. But not only that, soon you shall see a basket. I thought I should perhaps explain this, that way you may appreciate what it means. The basket is a symbolic gesture of the ability of Zambia to produce its own food, to feed its nationals, as well as to export. So in that simple symbolism, may the significance of the greatness of our country, the poignancy of the pregnancy of our democracy be birthed through President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND. A round of applause for the Kamanga Cultural Group as they come to the front at this time.
Never.
This is a symbolic nature of our manifesto. A round of applause. Thank you very much. Without further ado, please allow me to invite the Vice President of the UPND, our Mother Honorable Nalumango, to come and guide us further. Ma'am, we welcome you at this time. A round of applause for the Vice President.
Zambia! Zambia! Forward. Zambia! Great. This is the thing. I get up here. You have to be guided when you are guided. This time, I think we have to continuously move on so that we go through this wonderful, wonderful, important program today, the launch. But the launch will not be complete. We have been told some of the salient parts. We have been told the present and the future. But without the visionary speaking to us, we'll still remain wondering. And therefore, allow me this moment to call upon the visionary of this great party, the party that is bringing change, and the change that has been referred to by people that have spoken here, the real change. The real change. There is one person that the Lord God has assigned to do this work during this era, during this time, to change Zambia from doom to boom. And indeed, from social inequality, political inequality, to equity. That is Zambia, a united and prosperous Zambia that we all need for today and the future. Allow me, therefore, to invite the President of the UPND and the Alliance to come and give his speech to all of us and to all of us Zambians. Let us listen carefully. Welcome, President Hakainde Hichilema. Zambia. Welcome, sir.
Stand nice, this one. Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good day today. Very, very good day today. It's good for the people of Zambia. It's good for our region. It's good for the global community. Trouble in one country, failure in one country is failure everywhere. We know it, we've seen it. So we want to get this country to succeed so it can contribute to bettering the lives of its citizens, our neighbors, and the global community. That's the way we see it. Before I go far, just to recognize and appreciate the presence of our senior citizens who have been mentioned, some of them by name. Thank you very much that you found time to be with us through this platform and other platforms with the people of Zambia. I want to thank our alliance partners. Our alliance partners, as you know, this year's elections is an elections anchored on an alliance with the people of Zambia, who come in formal parties, like our friends, presidents, fellow presidents who we recognize, and their members. They come in formal various organizations, civil society, professional bodies. They come in the name of, obviously, quietly, religious bodies, because that's the formation of our country. That's the fabric of our country. So I want to respect our alliance partners representing the alliance that we've embarked on with the people of Zambia. All of the people of Zambia, without exception. Thank you to our leaders in the UPND, to Mr. Joseph Lungu, to our Secretary General, no particular order, Chairman of the party, Vice President of the party, who introduced me here, and all of us, rank and file, in here, on social platforms, of course, across the world. The beauty of technology. And no one should take away that platform by enacting the so-called Cyber Security Act. We need that platform to deliver development on. And without blinking, it is one of the laws we shall repeal after we are inaugurated. Because that law is not about cyberbullying, because there are enough laws to deal with that. That law is about keeping a failed government in office at the expense of the people of Zambia. It will work. But it's you, the people of Zambia, to make it go by placing your vote where it should be. A lot has been said already by my capable colleagues who have spoken before me. Secretary General, thank you. Chairman, Economics, Finance, thank you. I enjoyed listening to you. It's like I was talking to myself when you were talking. Thank you to the Chairman Research, our friend, family member, Joseph Lungu. A different Lungu. Thank you, Joseph. We are here today for one reason. For one reason only. Because Zambia is in trouble. We are here to talk about the need for change so we can wash away the troubles of our country and our people. Zambia needs change now, not tomorrow. This year latest, not beyond the 12th of August 2021. Because twachula pafula. Twachula pafula. Twaya ndaman. Twaya. If anyone is not sure of that fact that we need change, just look around you. What do you see? Unemployment, poverty, rising prices, as my colleagues have already mentioned. Every week, prices are changing upwards. Hunger, failing education, schools. Hospitals are on the verge of literally turning away patients who need attention. That's what you see when you look around. Friends, Zambia is in a crisis. The deepest crisis, I believe, in decades in recent history. I've never seen our country bleed the way it is today. Never. And after 1991, I never thought in my wildest dreams that we'll be where we are today. In the state in which our people live in is deplorable, is beyond imagination. That's what you see around. If we agree, we see that. And that is not pleasurable for people to suffer this way. Then we should agree that there is need for change. Absolutely, there is need for change. Of course, for the better. When we see young people sitting idly by the sides of roads, streets, parks across our country, waiting for job opportunities which never come their way, we know, we definitely know that it's time for change. When we see the price of food, fuel, cooking oil, salad, as it is called commonly, rising each week, as we indicated, my colleagues indicated earlier, we know that it's time for change. When we see parents staring at empty plates at dinner time, at lunch time, at breakfast time, parents looking at a table, children need food, but there's none. And they're thinking desperately how to feed their own children, now and tomorrow. We know that it's time for change. When we see children full of ambition and talent, unable to go to school because their parents or guardians need them to do some work out there, even in the streets, to sell something, inshallah, and not to be in school. Even if they wanted to be in school, they cannot afford the school requisites. Then we know that it's time for change. When we see people in urgent need of medical attention denied a hospital visit or bed because there is no capacity or facilities in a hospital, they need oxygen and there's no oxygen, but their BX is driving all around that hospital or clinic, then you know that it's time for change. Truly. I don't know what else will provoke you to agree that it's time for change. When the healthcare budget has been spent on out-of-date drugs, I mean expired drugs, on 4G condoms, and on expensive private jets in a country like ours, the state of development and squalor, and people ride in expensive jets bought from taxpayers' money, then you know there's a problem. You know that there's a problem. And we know at that time that it's time for change. Let us inform each other today about something else. What is that something else? We all know it, anyway. We know that this PF government has no answer to all of these problems. After all, they are the ones who have brought us to this degraded level, to this low level. They are the ones, because they inherited a viable economy only in 2011 with a low debt portfolio, as you heard from Dr. Msokotwane. So, who has taken us where we are? It is the PF government. Then we must all agree that this particular government, this particular party has failed the people of Zambia. Let's not go in that direction again. Please. Abantu West. The government of PF has no answer to these problems. Answers lie elsewhere. Answers lie with the UPND, alliance partners, and the people of Zambia. I argue. We argue. Our colleagues have no idea how to rescue our economy. They have no idea how to create jobs for our youth in Isabella, Anyamat, Basankwa, Bakayin Tubashimi, and how to put food on our dinner tables. They don't know. We all agree that they don't know. Because that's why we're hungry. If they knew, you would have been eating in your homes. That's the evidence. The English say the test of the pudding is in the eating. We are testing the pudding. After a full term in office, 10 years, 2 5-year terms, 10 years, it is shocking. With all these failures scattered, written on the walls, that this PF is looking for another term in office. To go and do what? To go and do what for the people of Zambia? What the people have seen is more than damaging. It's more than damaging. So, after 5-year full term, 2 5-year full terms, this year, in August, we know that another 5 years of these PF colleagues will not bring change that we need, that the people of Zambia need. Absolutely not. With them in government, continuing in government, nothing will change. And the next 5 years will look like the last 5 years. Actually, we are being polite. The next 5 years will be living hell. Do we want to go through another phase, another 5-year period of living hell? I ask a question. I ask the people of Zambia. Can you survive? Can you survive another 5 years? Look where you were 10 years ago when the MMD exited. Look where you were. Look where you are now. Just 10 years, the debt mountain has climbed from under $2 billion to over $20 billion. And some of us knew it by 2012, 2013, that at that trajectory, our colleagues were running the country. We will be in a debt crisis. But we were called names when we tried to advise. Now, the chickens have come home to roost. Everyone can see the pain. Dr. Msokotwane talked about the kwacha, losing value. It's about this debt. But it's not just the quantum of debt. To add on what Dr. Msokotwane said, it is how this debt was utilized. This debt was consumed. It was eaten. If it was used in productive ventures, if it was invested in a revenue-generating venture, finance account is always double-sided. You borrow on this side, huge quantums. If you invest that money properly, you will see value, you will see assets, you will see revenue on the other side to support your debt service. There is none on that side. Where has the money gone? Eaten, consumed, expensive jets, VXCs, cash cash held by individual cadres in PF and not in the treasury of Zambia. Moved from the treasury into private hands, bankrupting the treasury and people who have never done any business ever in their lives. Today they can use cash as pillows when citizens have gone home to bed, to work, hungry. Think about that. Just for a moment, think about that. Is that the country, is that the life you want to live? Another 5 years. I'm just a humble servant. I'm just a simple village myself. I know that our village was better 10 years ago than what it is today. I know your village is in the same situation. I know your compound is in the same situation. I know your street corner is in the same situation. We are in the same situation. We need to take ourselves out of this problem. We, working together as a people. Things don't have to be this way. A better future is possible. Change is possible. But it has to be brought about by ourselves. All of us, together, as we have done to deliver independence, as we did to deliver independence, as we did to deliver multipartism in 1991, working together, no ethnic connotations. Hunger doesn't understand tribalism. Poverty does not understand ethnicity. It just afflicts you. All of us. We're in the same situation. All of us can take ourselves out of this situation. Unit of purpose. Nothing is impossible. I know. I know where I've come from. I know where I was born. To stand here seeking the presidents of this country is because people worked hard before me, those who came before me, to create opportunities for me to go to school. I'm under no illusion at all as to who I am and where I came from. And I know we can create opportunities for your children, for those orphans. I know. I believe in it. We are a talented population. I want to veer on the side of those who believe that this country has bred the genetic material, human beings that are talented. I know it. After our undergraduate days, those days, University of Zambia, we went to schools in Europe to do our masters in America. We were very good students, bred by this society. What has changed? Why are our colleges in the state in which they are? It's leadership. It's a quality of leadership. Yes. Nothing else. Let's fix that problem. We have an opportunity, a great opportunity. Together. We are creative people, industrious people. Again, I know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm talking the truth. I'm saying the truth. You know it. Zambians know it. Even the global community knows it. Because we interact with all. You and I and others interact with all in today's technology platforms. We have a fertile and prosperous land, my fellow citizens. Every time I fly over to or drive to northern to Luapula, I ask colleagues in the car, on the plane, helicopter, what do you see down? You're flying over Lukulu River. You're flying over Chambeshi River. Everyone says, I see water. I see grass. I said, look carefully, please. What are you seeing there? They answered the same way that they're seeing water, they're seeing grass. I said, you're not looking. You're looking, but you're not seeing. Then they asked me, what are you seeing, HS? I said, I am seeing money. I'm seeing kwacha. I am seeing dollars. I'm seeing Goshen's there. Only if we can work that water, we can work that land. There's no reason for this country to be poor. 18 million people. In economic terms, in finance terms, it's a small population. We will need to work our economy to even provide for people around us, Congo, Angola, and we will do it together in order to grow and create opportunity. It's a rich country. Don't tell me this country is poor. I disagree with you. Don't give an excuse of COVID. I disagree with you because COVID landed on our doorsteps around January, February, March 2020. This economy was gone by the end of 2019. It was gone. All the fundamentals were gone. The debt was already mounted. Don't blame COVID. Even when COVID arrived, it is how you manage it. Botswana has COVID. How have they managed the economy? It is leadership. It is leadership. It is seriousness. That is what this country needs. That's a missing link. How could I anything else? It's not an issue of tribalism. Who challenges God's creation? 72, 73 ethnic groups. What a diversity. What an asset. Let's utilize it in that way. Let's not see negativity in it. Leadership again. A nation so rich, nobody should be so poor. I'm embarrassed, personally embarrassed, that citizens live in poverty. I take responsibility, and you should take responsibility, yourselves and others, that we are responsible for the poverty around, because we have stood quietly, even hiding in our blankets, when our country is being destroyed. Not anymore. Not anymore. No one should be hungry. No one should die unnecessarily because there's no oxygen. Manifesto has been given in brief. We work around this. No one should go to a hospital, a mother delivering a premature child 6 months before time, say 3 months before time, and the child is born, has life, dies because there's no oxygen machine in Nyanje Hospital. In Nyanje Hospital, on the Mozambique port, in Chikalaba, in Kashinakaish, in Chavuma, in Kapota. Not after the 12th of August 2021. It will not happen. It will not happen. Don't ask me about money. Money is there. You know that the money is there. It is how it's being utilized. And that's the difference we bring to the table. I am confident, we are confident, together we should be confident that with a clear vision, policies, good policies, sensible economic management, wise leadership, diligence, prudence, cost consciousness, knowing that resources are scarce and they must be utilized rationally. Knowing that, on that background, right business conditions set, we shall set this. This is it, the beginning of it. Only the beginning. We can change our fate completely. Completely. We can fulfill our potential. We can succeed. We can succeed. Dear friends, we are here today to launch our manifesto, to explain how we will build this country and the future of our children grandchildren, and those that are yet to be conceived, they are still a mother's embryo. They are still a father's combination. I will not say more about that. Even for those, the UPND are thinking about them. Those who are not conceived yet, we care about them. We want them to be born in a country where they will have an opportunity to compete, to go to school, to compete like any other child around the world. In our school time, even further studies, we never felt inferior to any student of any kind. We knew we were equally competent. That is what we want to bring back to this country. Confidence. But because there's a leadership that creates, there's a team that creates that opportunity for all our people. We've gotten used to mediocrity. And when we talk this level, when we talk a robust turnaround, people are saying, Akabachan Wusha, Alelo Taonish, Awe, Ndalanga, Ndabona, we are looking, we are awake, wide awake, and we know it's possible. And it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. But you have a role to perform for that to happen. Every one of you, including journalists, you have a role. Your salary as a journalist, I know. Sometimes it's delayed. I know. When it's paid, it's not enough. When prices have gone up every day, you cannot even feed yourself to come to this function. I know. And I feel ashamed that you are in that situation. So you too have a part to play. It's not a UPND agenda. It's an agenda for the people of Zambia. This agenda is for the people of Zambia. All of the people of Zambia. We are here to explain how we will build this country, how we will make your future better, how we will create jobs for the young people. That's what we're here for today, nothing else. If there was something else we were here for, I would have mentioned it. Joseph Lungu would have mentioned it. SJ would have mentioned it. Dr. Musogotwane would have mentioned it. We're not here for anything else. Just to demonstrate to you how different, how better, how capable your team, with you and others, will be and will work for you. That's what we're here for today. Say anything you wish. I think our intentions are clear. Our intent is clear. Our program is clear. Tomorrow somebody will write a headline that the UPND has no manifesto. It has only got a 10-point plan. This is it. It's always been there. This is a vision for 2021-2026. We had one for 2016 to 2021. It's there. The cover may be as nice as this one. But don't take time. Don't waste time debating on such issues. Time is limited. Let's use it effectively to serve the people of Zambia. We are here to indicate to this country and the region around us and the globe that we are able, we are capable to deliver lower prices of fuel. I know, we know. To deliver a lower price of fertilizer. When we take out corruption, let me be contextual here. Yes. The colleagues in government today are bringing fertilizer per ton at $1,100. The cost of that fertilizer landed here, it is $450 per ton. Why is it costing that much?
Corruption.
How much Kakanwa? Corruption. It will be a thing of the past. After the 12th of August. You do your part. As citizens, we do our part. When you do your part, by campaigning, by voting, and protecting your vote, we do our part, the price of fertilizer paid 50 kg back will come down, will climb down from 570, sometimes 600 kwacha at the back to 200, maximum 250. The numbers are there. Fertilizer is an internationally traded commodity. Just punch, you see the international prices. Why are we landing it at this cost? We've said corruption. We've said what else? Inefficiencies in the transportation and distribution system. We'll clean all of those fat areas. Smart, clean, squeaky clean to the bone. And you'll see the benefits yourselves. We are here to talk about how we will empower our micro businesses. How we will empower our small businesses. How we will help them to succeed, to grow. And you know when they do that, they will create jobs for the owners, for the family, for someone else's child who needs a job. That's how it works. There's no other way. That's how it works. Businesses are closing today. I know a trader listening to me today, a marketeer listening to me today, a taxi driver listening to me today, they know that they are earning less and less every day than they earned a few years ago because there's no money in the economy, other than the little held by a small number of people who are flashing it in a manner that I've never seen before in this country. I wrote to the Anti-Corruption Commission when money was being flashed around, to the Drug Enforcement, to the Financial Intelligence Center. They replied, all of them. And in their reply, you can see they are constrained. They know there's a crime here, but they are constrained. They cannot deal with the issue. We shall release your professionalism and freedom to conduct your work as you wish. We're here to explain how we will build a health system that takes care of all our people, people of Zambia. People of Zambia. How we will build an education system that prepares our young people to be leaders, to be employable, competitively employable, to be entrepreneurs, to work for themselves. This is not a dream, just a dream. It's a dream that will move into reality because it will be driven into realism. It will be actualized. How will we transform a government that takes from the people? That's what we're here to do today. How are we going to change, to effect a paradigm shift away from a government that takes away from its citizens? We see it every day. To one that gives to its citizens. That's what we're here for. Not to take from our people, but to give. Not to exclude our people, but to include them. That's the difference. I speak with passion because I know that we can achieve. I believe. And you, it's high time you started believing. What is your alternative? More pain? More squalor? I don't think so. I don't believe so. We are here to say to the people of Zambia, there is a better way of doing things. Within the same parameters, in terms of land, same land. We're not talking about creating more land. Same resource endowment. But there's a better way of working these resources to benefit the owners, you, the people of Zambia. That's what we're saying. How will we transform a government so it can work for the people? So that it can be servants of the people, not masters, as we see today. How will we bring our people together, reuniting this divided country? Joseph Lungu talked about. It has to come with change. Now, this year, at the forefront of our plan, as indicated already, is to create jobs. For Zambia to succeed, our young people need to be in work. They need to be at work. They are the productive engine of any economy. They have to be in work. They have to. They have to lead our development agenda. They have to lead the fulfillment of our potential as a country. Micro, small businesses are key. We've said it already. And so, we will provide soft, if you like, cheaper loans. Give them contracts. There's no point giving them loans, giving them cash, money, without giving them opportunities for contracts. Contracts that are going to foreign firms. They will go to, by and large, to Zambian individuals and firms. And where the Zambians are not capable, they will join ventures with foreign firms. We know how to do it. It doesn't frighten investment. Actually, colleagues, when we travel around the country, they ask a question, how is it that your government does not understand how to bring local people with international capital? How is it that they don't understand that? And, what do you think I feel when I'm asked that question? We want our firms. The anchor of any economic growth is domestic businesses. Micro, small, medium. Then they become suppliers of goods and services to larger companies. Then the larger companies find it even cheaper to buy from micro, small, medium, small firms. But those firms must be nasty. They must be funded at a cost that is affordable, not these high interests. Not this high inflation. American plus inflation. General increase in the price level. Increase in the general price level. We already talked about it. We need to manage that. Then they can sell goods and services to larger firms at a profit. So they can continue in business. So they can continue employing people. So they can pay a fair tax, which you can use to buy medicines with efficacy, not expired medicines. We will also empower the private sector, other private sector companies, which is the most driver to job creation, by making it easier and cheaper, predictable, less bureaucratic to start and run a business. It's a nightmare today. You want to register business, you want to keep it afloat. Before you even sell anything, ZRA send you a bill. Then you ask a question, do they understand what business is? Before you've started living a new generation, they send you a bill. We will reform all of that so that the ZRA is supportive of the people. That's it. We will support and attract local businesses. First call. Charity begins at home. Youth, women businesses. Even our retiree retires, with a retirement letter on the left, on the right, an envelope giving you your package, retirement package. You are too early to plan. Then we look at you, you log in as a potential micro, small business owner, and you'll be asked what is called handholding. So you can go home as a retiree, don't just sit, you can create a job under the UPND. UPND will support so you create a job with your retirement money. Because if you don't earn it, you just eat it, it will finish before you die. How about it? Is that what you see today? What you see today is people queuing at finance there and never get their money until they die. You have a reason to look forward to the 12th of August, because that will be a thing of the past. With over 60% of our people deriving their livelihoods from agriculture, the transformation of our agriculture sector is at the heart of this agenda. Only through a wholesale transformation, not piecemeal, modernization, only through this can we boost productivity. Productivity, yield per unit of land you're working on. But not just productivity, but overall increase in production. Very important. Dr. Musokotwane talked about mountain of wheat, mountains of potatoes. I'm talking about mountains of cassava, so that in the northern corridor, we can produce enough cassava, not just for eating in the home, but also as an industrial raw material, which is processed, value added right there. Right there. Regional manifestos. That's what our colleagues were trying to do there. It's all in place. All in place. Thinking ahead. Only then we can create an opportunity for our small population. I know you think it's a large population. It's a very small population. Good leadership, proper management. As I told you, we have to export into Congo and Angola in order to achieve our growth projections. We have to do that. I said modernization, productivity, overall production, increasing food security, bringing down the food prices, very important, across the country. To achieve this, we will have to support our farmers in a different way, not through fisting. No, not through fisting, but through an overarching, all-embracing agricultural support program. It's not just fertilizer, cheaper fertilizer, which I've said already, not cheaper mbeu, but the cost of tractors is high. So we must restock, we must use ox-drawn implements. To do that, we must restock across the country in the areas where they need it. And we know how it works. Please, we know how it works. We want this to benefit the country. Lower the cost of production, increase production. That's not a contradiction. It's real. It will happen. Cheaper loans, not just for seasonal implements, but even for irrigation, small irrigation. With solar technology that my colleagues talked about, you can do wonders. We do it in our little places. We shall do it for the country. We have to do it for the country. It will not just increase agro production at a lower cost, create jobs. No, it will also improve the quality of life. Just a borehole that today under PF is sunk at 55 kwacha per borehole, 60-meter borehole. We will sink that borehole, same borehole, better quality at 15,000 kwacha per borehole. Not 55,000 kwacha. Because the money belongs to the people, you go and waste it, take most of it in your pocket, because from one borehole, under the UPND, after 12th of August, we'll be able to build 4 boreholes, 3 to 4 boreholes from one borehole currently. Corruption, giving contracts to incapable cadres. You stretch that 55,000 kwacha from one borehole, you stretch it to 3+. Then more people will have clean water. Solar, then surprise, surprise, you can pipe water in the village, as Botswana has done. Just next door to us. Leadership, leadership, leadership. Vision. That's what this is all about. Nothing else. And then you can have a flush toilet in a village. As long as you have gravitational opportunity, overhead tank, fed by solar. You can take water in your hut, in a village. Our mothers, children, a girl child doesn't have to walk 5 kilometers every day. 2 kilometers going to the water point, 2 kilometers coming back home. When does she study? Then when she doesn't pass, you say she's a dull girl. No, she's an intelligent girl. We are abusing her. That will come to an end after the course of it. Let's make it easier for our farmers to get to the market. Give them a good, viable price, sustainable price. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We'll do it. Let's develop small farmers, medium, even large-scale farmers. We need it. We need this combination. We'll care for everyone. That's how the economy works. The economy is not one piece there, another piece there. The economy is interwoven. Micro, small, medium, large. They have interdependence. That's what this launch today will do. And your hard work for you and for your offspring.
Madada ampeo akavoti, kavoti kakuvote akainde. Mama ampeo akavoti, kavoti kakuvote akainde. Ayamba alainde.
Thank you very much. We are humbled. We are humbled. Because we know the person who is singing what he did for this country. We will not let you down, sir. That's a promise. We will not let you down. We're not here to play games. We will not let you down. After 12 August, we don't want anyone to call those Congolese in Kasumbalesa who come to buy our meal as smugglers. That would be a crime. We call them our customers. But we will have fed our own people first. We will have taken our own children to school first. And then we'll be saying to the Congolese, don't even use a bush path. Come through here. The warehouse is just next door to you. Just pay in that door, get your meal there, pay the dollars there. You'll see what impact it will have on the kwacha dollar exchange. We will not sell maize. We will sell millennium. Value added. Keep the jobs here, farming jobs, milling jobs here. Keep the stock feed jobs here. How can we say we are serious? Botswana, a semi-desert, has more cattle than Zambia. Please come on. What's the issue? Leadership. Leadership. That is what will change. Stock feed, Botswana buy some of it from Australia, on the seas, on the ships. When we have Kazungula Bridge next there, we are coming. We are coming. And the book says it's the Zambian truckers and Zambian drivers who will take the stock feed, which we shall manufacture to specification of Botswana. That's the job of HH when you put him Chief Investment Officer, Chief Sales Manager, Chief Marketing Officer. And that's what the UPND government will do. Thank you very much. Thank you. You should be embarrassed. I am embarrassed when we look at the state of our homes. We have 35% of water in Saudi. I'm not talking about seawater, which is salty, which you can't grow something unless you process it. Another cost. I'm talking of fresh water. A government that will worry and will document, database all the water bodies we have and what we do with them. Why should a kid, 9-year-old kid in Samsha, get on a boat to go and check on a fishing net at 05 in the morning and be exposed to drowning when we are able to put fish ponds, support such families right in Rwanda, on the shores, in Samsha, and no risk of that child dying of drowning when the stocks of fish have been depleted there? Who are you to say we are okay? Aditoli we know. Even we know. Which thing too? For who? For who? For yourself. A bit of shame helps in a normal human being. And that fish, those fish ponds, credit we talked about, one fish pond 50 meters by 25 meters, we worked our numbers, it cost, the whole capital cost, putting fingerlings, feeding 40,000-45,000 kwacha. How can the UPND government fail to save money from roads, Lusaka and Dola Road, contracted at $1.2 billion, when it only cost $300 million? How can we fail to save $900 million and take it to a fish farmer in South? How can we fail to do that? And you tell me, Hakuna money. There's no money. Please don't say that in front of us. Say it under your blanket. We will not rest. We don't care the names you call us. We don't care the names you call us. We will not rest as long as Zambians, that child dies on that water, when we can save his or her life and we can send that child to school. After school, they can get a job, even running a fish pond themselves. And a ready market, good price, as I said. Clean the fish there, right inside. Cold rooms, clean the fish, fillet it, package it, straight. Supermarkets, some of it, export. What is difficult about it? And you say, HH is a dreamer. Yes, I am a good dreamer. A good dreamer. As many of you know, education is a subject close to my heart. I was born in a thatched house, in a small village. I used to walk to school barefoot, bare feet, barefoot, whatever you want to call it, to school. Read some books only after looking after cattle, only after limited time. At that time, very few people from my village had been to university or college at that time. And we did not have money to pay for college or university education. But I was lucky. Got a government scholarship, a bursary, we used to call it, automatically, based on your grades. You didn't have to know a politician. I was from a village, I didn't know anybody. But your grades entitled you to a scholarship, a government scholarship or a bursary. Just your grades. Wonderful. Very nice. Those are the days we'll bring back after the program. Went to University of Zambia, went to Europe to mix with others, to test the quality of local education. It was fantastic. We were competitive. That's what we want to do, to bring back those levels of quality in our local schools, in our local colleges, our local universities. Just that opportunity changed my life. It gave me the chance to become the small people we are today. To set up our own businesses. That opportunity was possible because of just that asset, that inheritance called education, best inheritance. To create jobs for others. We don't steal. We don't steal. We want Zambians to work. Give them an opportunity to work, not to steal. Just the way we had the opportunity. And the sky will not be the limit. So our people can fulfill their potential. Just one investment called education. Our mission now is to give others those same opportunities that we had. Yes, possible. The same access to education, to jobs, to businesses. And so, in government, we will see significantly increase to support what we're saying, our education budget, in line with our local needs and international standards. Norms, very possible. Why do people work on impossibilities instead of working on unlimited possibilities? Why do we restrict our minds to it is difficult? No, it is no money, we can't do it. Who said so? It's because the leadership is not capable, and it makes our people feel that they are not capable too. You are capable. We are capable. Vocational education will be very important, innovative, entrepreneurship support training, very early to our children, so that our young people leave school with relevant skills to find a job, to start a business, with the support that we'll be providing. And we will reform the bursary student loan system so that no students who are school going, are intelligent, are out of school. Whether you are an orphan, single or double orphan, you will be in school. You have everything to work towards the 12th of August this year, as a student, as a young person. Even if you are under voting age, you can persuade your mother, your father, your cousin, your nephew to vote for change because you want to be in school. Thank you very much. I'll be through just now. The bursary system must not work on the basis of who is a child of a minister, who is a child of a secretary general of a political party. No, it should work on equity basis, based on a fair assessment, which is the student's ability. And only a citizen of Zambia, not a Mubita child, a Mwape child, as Lungu said, not a Hagainde child by name. It does not matter. Your name doesn't matter. How you twist the tongue to speak your language doesn't matter. What matters is that you're a Zambian. That's all. How proud will our people be after the 12th of August? Very proud. Very proud. Corruption, I won't spend time because my colleagues have mentioned zero tolerance to corruption. It's a thief. Corruption is a thief. Steals from our children, from our retirees, steals from everybody. And we're just sitting looking at it and no. Now, people died for independence, so you can be free. Now you are saying, banana. Struggle as others did before you, so you can leave behind a better country. Even if you don't struggle anyway, they will come for you. What did Joseph Kaunda do on the 23rd of December, 2020? What did he do? What did Nsama and Sama do? Were they not executed? Killed by a state machine that is supposed to protect it. What did they do? Nothing wrong. But they were killed. So you better do something to leave a better country when you're gone. Even just to campaign and to vote, is that difficult? Even in your home, you can persuade a wayward cousin who is singing some funny songs of moving backwards. How do you achieve development by moving backwards? You can only achieve development by moving forward. It's as simple as that. Corruption will not allow this part. If we leave corruption the way it is, this manifesto will not be implemented, because there will be no money. It will be stolen. So, under the government of the UPND, our economy is going to be different. Under the PF today, the economy is like a leaking bucket. Anything you put in it, it leaks away through corruption. We shall seal those holes. We shall plug those leakages. Zambians, we assure you, we will seal the holes, the leaks, protect our scarce resources. Protect our scarce resources. And the victims of this corruption are you, as Zambians, no one else. The people of Zambia are the victims. The corrupt are living well, you are living worse and worse and hungry. How can you support that on the 12th of August? How can you continue damaging yourselves by allowing corruption to continue? You are the ones who pay taxes. But all those taxes end up being stolen through corruption. The woman who got HIV because of a faulty condom, buying a faulty condom, buying expired medicine, you get cancer in your womb. Then someone walks to you and says, here's a 500 kwacha, here's 1 pin, vote for us. You want to vote to kill yourself? Even those that have not died, you want them to die as well? Because when medicines are expired, they turn into poison. You understand? You do. The COVID patient who cannot be treated because the hospital has no equipment. And we underreport those patients. We underreport those deaths. And say, no, 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 heart attack. Well, you know that it's COVID. Why are you hiding? Because you have not used the COVID donations properly. And Zambians, you believe, are not aware. They are aware, very much aware. And they know what to do on the 12th of August. The child who cannot get an education because their school is underfunded, because the money has gone to corruption. Every kwacha stolen comes from these people, decent, honest, hard-working Zambians. Enough is enough. Zambia cannot afford 5 more years of this corruption, this mismanagement, this failure. It's time to stop this criminality. I'm sure you agree with me. To clean up our government and to ensure that every kwacha is accounted for. I mean every kwacha. Every kwacha should benefit the people of Zambia. That's what we do in our private homes. That's what we do in our businesses. Otherwise, we would have had no businesses. With the political onslaught, our businesses would have died a long time if we were also using the little money carelessly. That's the art we want to dose into this country. Together. But the starting point for this is a zero tolerance to corruption. Zero tolerance. Not 10%. Zero. This means strengthening the Anti-Corruption Commission and other oversight institutions, giving them tools that they need to track down corruption money and recover it. There's no need, just in my view, locking up everywhere. Corruption fight must be professional. It must not be political victimization, vindictiveness. We move away from there for once after the 12th of August. We get a professional fight against corruption, non-vindictive, non-selective, so we can retrieve what belongs to the Zambia and then invest it appropriately. That's what we are for. This means respecting institutions. How can an FIC report, Financial Intelligence Center report, a government institution, it presents its report, and those who are supposed to act on the report, they start demonizing that report and call it infringing. And Zambians are smiling, they're singing. Because that's the public office you are giving. You start shouting infringing. Those who are working become victims. And that is about to change. That is about change. Fast-track corruption processes, speeding up recovery processes, never use, under our government, never use the anti-corruption fight as a tool for political oppression. Never. Never. We know how it pains. We know how it feels. People get locked up in jail for crimes they did not commit, in the guise of law and order, in the guise of fight against corruption. The corrupt are left alone. The poor citizens suffer. No. No, UPND will be different. Needless to say, the funds we recoup from these policies will go straight back where they belong, to bills. And friends, let me assure you, these are not empty promises. These are not throwaway lines for you to write a headline tomorrow for the media. No. This is real. This is real stuff. They are personal commitments from us who are just like you, born and bred just like you. Only that we see things differently, but certainly better. There's a difference. Under the UPND, there will be a difference between private money and public money. There's no difference today. People are pocketing public money, and tomorrow they call it private money. And they call themselves businessmen. When did you start business? What business do you run? How many people do you employ? Have you paid them salaries over 30, 40 years? Have you? The answers are no. That money you got from the treasury through contracts on roads, fire attendants, ambulances, fertilizer. Bring it back to the owners. That's what you're going to do. Over the next 4 months, you will hear arguments, disagreements, accusations about what we've said today. You will no doubt be exposed to hoaxes and fake news. Like my wife yesterday was saying, can you ask your media team to issue a statement, because there's a statement that you are in hospital and that I asked priests to come and pray for you. I said, why should I issue a statement? Tomorrow I'm presenting at the manifesto launch. The people of Zambia will see me live. Don't waste time on useless hoaxes. Please spend time to mobilize voters. Spend time to encourage all Zambians, including the suffering true PF, the late SATA supporters. Yes. They too are suffering. Talk to them. Is that what they thought it will be today? They will tell you, no. But to live for green, we have to put in the markets. So handle them appropriately. Even those who have never voted, but they've registered, reach out to them. Don't insult each other on social media. You don't have time. Akunanako. True. Think complementarity. Don't think competition. Think diversity of skills. Don't think divisions. You're one people, one Zambia, one nation, one people, afflicted by the same ills. People say awful things about us. About us, you know. People threaten to jail us for crimes we did not commit for investing in this country. This is one of the few countries where people have no jobs. Those who invest, indigenous people, are being persecuted and not thieves who are stealing public money. This is the only country. That shall change. So you can invest freely, clean money. And we shall encourage you to make money. This is how the economy works. Yes. Citizens have to make money. And employ someone. Someone's daughter, someone's son. Then the economy can grow. Next door neighbor, president who just died, focused on working for the Tanzanian people. And in a short space of time, everyone saw the change. Dr. Musokotwane talked about Rwanda, Mauritius. I've been to these countries. I saw these countries when they were really nothing. Botswana, I was just a student at the University of Zambia. I started business mind as a student. Holidays, I would cross to Botswana on a bus, old bus, and buy stock margarine. It was not there in this country. And buy jam in a tin. And when university opens, my room, Chende Pamozi 511, used to be a small shop. I would sell those things. Botswana was Cameroon was a one-street town. Not what you see today. It has become what it is because of good leadership. In our eyes. I don't want to say more. After that limited trading, I bought a pressing iron, very important those days. A percolator or kettle, very important those days. Invest student, eh? Bought a radio cassette, and girls from October used to frequent my room. I was a harmless guy. Don't believe lies. Too many lies are told about each other. Do not get caught up in this web of deceit. This Don Kubeba has destroyed our society's moral fabric. Someone is stealing from you, they are looking at you, but they want to praise you. Tomorrow, they want to offer you a 10,000 kwacha from your money stolen from you. Then you say, no, these are kind people. HH Wakaso, wait, we will allow you, assist you, facilitate you to earn not 10,000 kwacha, but annuity income, even a taxi driver, a marketeer, maybe 500,000, 1 million on your own. And you'll be proud to do that. Not these handouts stolen from you. Even arming thugs to beat women in our markets. That will be a thing of the past. Just a few months from now. Dependent on you, what you want to do. How you campaign, how you vote, how you protect your vote. The rest is for us to fix. And truly, it will be fixed. Hatred has taken the day and order. You start hating each other like you are from a different country, different world. Foreigners are happier here because they are treated better than you. Even licenses for manganese are given to foreigners before you have an access to a license. Mukula licenses are given to foreigners. If your fiancé the licenses are yours. You can't use them, joint venture with others. Happy time. Win-win situation. This election is not about an individual in the State House today. Neither is it about HH here. It's about you and what you want and what you want for your children. That's all. And we've always succeeded when we work together as a people. Always. When we remove pettiness, we delivered independence. When we remove pettiness, we delivered multipartyism in 1991. When we remove pettiness, we stopped someone who wanted a third term in 2001. Yes. Today, someone wants a third term, and people are even scared to talk. Because we're not united. People united are too strong for anyone. That's my call. You don't want to see a future of unemployment for your children, a future of no jobs, no business opportunities, a future of hunger. No, that's not the future you want. A future of fear, a future of violence in our communities. Being beaten to go to a bus stop intercity there, you fear to go in case your face is known to be opposition, because there's America 1, America 2. There's Kamugodi, detaining people illegally, not a police station. We say to the police, shut that Kamugodi. You don't shut it. After 12 August, God's will, courtesy of the people of Zambia. Wait. By that afternoon, we are sworn in. That come God goes. That come God goes. Freedom at intercity for our mothers to ride the bus to go where they want to, because the freedom of movement enshrined in the Constitution, Bill of Rights. All that has been taken away from us. We can't agree to that. Today, we have laid out just how we'll bring the future for you. How it will be after 12th of August. Through the manifesto, this is a summary only. I want to repeat what my two colleagues have said. This is a summary only. There's a detailed manifesto. Immediately I leave this podium, a button will be placed. You can access this and the detailed one. And then we'll work on how to make sure that local languages, remote areas can access this beautiful manifesto, your manifesto. Regional competitive advantages have been talked about, regional manifestos. Fish in Wakula, very important. And other provinces, I don't want to repeat. What you saw there was just a bit of it. It will come methodically, clean minds, clear minds, thinking steps. As I am talking here, beyond this manifesto, the detailed one, and indeed the regional offerings, so that every province can have some factory. That's our agenda. Can have manufacturing. That's our agenda. Can produce something. There's no province that can produce something. No. We are also working on an implementation plan. We are sworn in on day 1. We know what we'll be doing by day 100. We know what we'll be doing in implementing this manifesto. We know. That's clarity in thought, in action. We've laid today a basis for a bright future for all of us. Don't think competition, I said, think complementarity. We grow the cake, there's a piece for everyone. You don't have to be corrupt. There's a piece for everyone. Big difference. Big difference. Time has come to embrace the future. This is it. Time has come for change. It's time for change. The signs are written on the walls, everywhere. Everywhere. Read those signs. You see them in your kitchens, on your kitchen tables, on a dining table. You see them. There's no food. Those are the signs. I'm ready for change. No fear. Are you ready for change? Yes. Are you ready for change? Yes. Make other Zambians appreciate the need for change. God bless our citizens. God bless our country. We thank you for your attention, for your time, which is worth money, by being here today, by tuning in on social platforms, and through the media. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and